What is going on, people? I was supposed to leave out today, but I didn't. I got in the truck, I turned the air conditioner on, and it wasn't blowing. It was blowing hard, but it wasn't getting cold. So I said, dang man, it's about to get hot, and I know that I'm gonna be out for a couple weeks. That's my intention. I'm gonna be out a couple weeks. So I said I don't want any situation where I'm out and I'm having to go to, a shop or something out of town or none of that, having to get a hotel room or anything like that. So since I'm at home, let me just go back over to the freightliner place and get them to look at it because the place that I got the overhaul done at, they aren't they usually pretty busy. And with the Freightliner being open 7 days a week, they kind of are able to kind of stretch out so they don't pile up. They don't work just Monday through Friday, so you can kind of get in. So I went on and took it over there. The guy said, not gonna promise you I can look at it today, but we can look at it first thing tomorrow, and take it from there. I said, cool, no big deal. So my overhaul in total ended up being $28,015, which was $3,000 more than the initial estimate. But the reason it was $3,000 more than the initial estimate was because once he got the engine put back together, you heard a noise like in the front. So he took the front cover off, and it was a pulley that is connected to an accessory drive. I don't really know the correct name for it. He just referred to it as an accessory drive. So I just left it. I just said that's what it was. So it had a little chip on it. So he went down and he said, "Man, I think maybe probably we get down here, maybe your bull gear is messed up." So take all that off. And he said, before we do it, I talked to the guy, the owner of the shop. I said, I'm just doing this as precaution. If we don't find any damage to the gear, I'm not going to charge you for taking it down. Now, obviously, if we do find some damage, then, we'll assess it as such. So what it ended up being, nothing was wrong with the bull gear. What had happened was, somebody who had the truck before me, the front cover, there's two studs that go into the front cover, and they're supposed to. One of the studs was too long because one of the studs had broken out, so they just put the wrong stud back in there. So, seeing that my motor wasn't running the way that it should have been running, the sound wasn't as pronounced as it was after he got finished with with the overhaul. So, what ended up happening was he got it fixed and everything like that because he was like, this front cover right here, man, it's like $500-600 or something like that. So, if we can go ahead and get this stud back on here, you'll be batting 1,000. They said you don't have to worry about the gear or anything like that. It's good to go. So they didn't charge me for that. So all they really charged me for is he put a new gasket set around the front to help with the oil leaking out, and he obviously put another gear in there for the one that was chipped, changed out the bearings and stuff like that. And that was that. So they charged me right at price for the parts. He didn't upcharge the parts or anything like that. And they cut the labor down extensively because they usually charge like $145. So they really broke it down to like $30. But the reason I'm like, y'all cut me some slack, but y'all really didn't cut me some slack because 2 of those days, well, really 2.5 of those days that I know of, the mechanic wasn't there. 2 days, he got a little under the weather. They don't have any other certified person to work on any caterpillars. So those are 2 days that were lost. And then there was another day I went over there and he left early, heading home. And those are just the 3 times that I know. Because my thing was, I don't want to stand over you or anything like that. You gave me an estimate. I talked with you. You kept it, as legit, as I felt you could. So I was like, I'm not gonna stand over you, because I don't want to rush it. Then you mess up something, have a mishap, because they had a mishap, which they got sent the wrong cylinder head, and they had to send the cylinder head back and get the right one in. So that was 2 more days lost right there. So honestly, probably a week. I lost a week, an additional week, when you add in them getting the wrong cylinder head in. Like I said, him having 2 days off work and then leaving early, in a situation like that. So, so that's that. So it probably could have been more, probably could have been worse. But, I'm glad it is what it is. So I got the truck out. It seems to be empty. It seems to be pulling, harder than it was. But I'm really not gonna know the extent to how it's running until I get a load on it. But empty, I can tell that it has a lot more command to it than it did before I took it in. So, but there's a few more parts that I'm gonna get changed out. Dang, I got some in my eye. A few more parts I gotta get changed out on the motor, and then basically every single thing on the motor will be, almost new. I'll say that they'll be rebuilt parts, so remanufactured, reman parts, so they'll be close to new as possible. So, and that'll be that. And I'm trying to think about what it is that I want to do. Do I want to kind of start working on the inside, or do I want to work on the outside, as far as like doing stuff? But I think my next thing I got to do is I need to figure out what's going on with my windows. I know that's the next thing I got to do. Figure out what's going on with my windows, because I can't let my windows down too far, because if I let my windows down too far, they get stuck. So I don't know if it's something going on with the door. I don't know if it's something going on with the motor. So I'm gonna look around the internet as much as I can. Might even reach out to some fellow YouTubers that I see they got the same truck that I got, and have a meeting of the minds, and maybe they can point me in the right direction, because like I said, it's something that you can use regular hand tools on. So I'm gonna tackle it, but I don't see myself taking off another extended period of time, which this wasn't supposed to be an extended period of time. I say I don't see myself taking another week off of work, for a while, honestly. But I know that some places I'm going to, they're gonna want you to. It's not really real strenuous. You letting the window down and stuff like that. You got the opportunity to open the door and stuff like that. So it's not a real big type of deal or anything like that. So I'm gonna do it like that. But anyway, man, that's just the update. So hopefully I hear something back from them tomorrow. Get that situated. Get the air conditioner blowing, and we can go ahead and get back in the saddle. So I'll holler back at y'all later. Peace.